Welcome to Happy Valley, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions and one of the most passionate fan bases in all of college football. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington State ready to kick off as it's time to get things started. Fair catch called for and made. First down for the offense. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The Nittany Lions are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fleming. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Yeah, and you see some quarterbacks who hesitate to throw the ball in the middle. I love it when you attack the whole field. And the middle of the field and being able to throw over linebackers and between safeties is a big skill. But show that defense. You will attack everywhere.
Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
A nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll ride his man on the option. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he gets a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. Talk about an offense finding its rhythm early.
So nice to find the end zone early, get that confidence going. The defense is showing exactly what you'd expect them to do. Offense taking advantage. Great start for the offense.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Wide open downfield. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Caught behind the line. It's Parker. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Quarterback just trying to spit it out to his running back in the flat there, but the defender all over him. As soon as he caught that football, he went down for a loss.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's caught. It's Hudson. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the Cougars had this offense rolling. The give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on 1st down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Dropping back, it's Mateer. And the defense gets to the quarterback. The no-frills unis, but big-time swag from their backers in getting the sack.
And we are linebacker unit. We find linebackers year after year that get after the quarterback that are so athletic, just straight playmakers.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. And after making the interception, a terrific return to put his offense in great field position at the 42.
And that's the danger about being in a 3rd and long situation. You've got to push the football downfield. The defense is expecting it. So they've got guys in the back end with their eyes on the QB. They're able to make the interception. This offense is going to have to do a better job generating better plays early in drives moving forward.
Caught in the backfield, it's Allen.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Here comes the option. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. The back goes in motion. And the ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. To the air, it's Mateer. Fires to the tight end. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Must be nice nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They want to run this quarterback. Tackle is made after the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Get it out on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Wazoo headed to the line with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. Throwing right. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They'll throw it on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Grabbed over the middle, it's Wallace. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Makes a move. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense.
And they got him for the sack.
Man, oh man, that defensive man had a great get-off on that play. Exploded out of his three-point stance. He's able to use the swim move and get to the QB.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, it's Allard. Getting some heat. Pulls it in. What a cut. Now he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Clock now inside 4 minutes as we're getting later in the first half. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. Using his legs to buy some time. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Singleton. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
On the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. And the defense snatches it, and they reverse the field.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then following up for a massive fumble recovery.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. And that pass intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. He's going to pass. He lets it fly. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Here's the fly sweep. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Singleton. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. It's a 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. The Nittany Lions trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
The defense there has their backs against the wall. That's a great job of really just gearing down, getting some push up front, not giving away anything, and making that play and that tackle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A field goal here would make it a 2-possession game, but they elect to leave the offense on the field on 4th down. Quarterback checking the play. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
One thing this team has shown earlier this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their 1st game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's Mateer. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. The quick out. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, the running back has it. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Looking for a block, it's Wallace. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gonna let it fly. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Back to throw, it's Aller. Feeling some heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. They'll immediately call timeout. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Dialing up a second down pass play. Throws toward the end zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Nittany Lions will kick it away to start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
Wants to throw. It's Mateer. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. Slips one guy, now he's loose. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
A nice job by the offense there, attacking the middle of the field. Excellent route, finding the soft spot in the defense. Nice job by the quarterback putting it right on his guy.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. And it's his 4th interception of the night. At the 35, he's got room. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line. And the offense came out aggressively here in the second half, but they can't put the drive together and spit it up on the turnover.
I'll tell you, this defense has a lot of athletes. They've got a lot of guys with ball skills. If you put the football anywhere around them in their vicinity and their ability to catch the football, they'll come down with it. This quarterback has got to be way more careful here in the second half.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the option. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
They'll run it on first and goal. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
At the 6-yard line. Brings up second and goal.
See if they can get it done on second and goal.
Here we go.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And this has been really good for the defense too. It's kind of the bend don't break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
On the move. Close to the end zone, and the ball's out. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass that could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
They're just hoping to get a little breathing room for the punt. Quick strike complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And that's a great lesson for young quarterbacks out there. You don't have to force every football deep down the field. I know it's third and long, and that play definitely is designated to go to a wide receiver somewhere, but hey, check it down to your running backs. These guys are great athletes, and they can make good things happen when you give them the ball in space.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Makes the grab on the left. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Well, you've seen the last two plays now. This guy's versatility, and you've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
Quick release on the RPO. Stopped after making the catch.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
He wants to throw it again. But a little time, lets it go. Quickly complete. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And that is just the worst feeling as a wide receiver because you're way downfield, you're ready for the big play, but you're just unable to connect. I'm sure he's going to be on the sideline asking for another deep shot opportunity.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes a connection. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on a third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
This is one of the best run defenses in the entire country. They pride themselves on being the most physical unit, and you are seeing that in this game, shutting down this running back.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. They're bringing heat. Trying to get to it. And the quarterback is snowed under.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Penn State 14, Washington State 0.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it! He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington State. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step one accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Oklahoma State is just getting blown out today. I've never seen this program look so bad, and I am a man. I'm 40. They're trailing by 31 to Arkansas. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Penn State sends the offense offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, and put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they missed an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Quarterback will audible. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Great discipline by the backside of the defense. This is my gap. This is where I'm supposed to be. Ball goes away, so be it. I got to stay home. Stays home, makes a great play for a loss.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. They're setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Quickly out to the tight end. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. Coming after him. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
The defense is up against it now, man. You're playing on the road. It's a hostile environment. It's late in the game. Someone's got to step up and make a play. Nice job there knocking that one down for the incompletion.
They put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. Off the RPO, complete. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Just about set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Second down coming up. To the air, it's Mateer. Pocket starts to collapse. Gonna try to get it himself. They bring him down, but not before he gets just enough to move the chains. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
On second down, he's looking downfield. He'll pull it down and run. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On third down, he drops to throw. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Gonna run it. It's Singleton. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on second down and maybe put this thing away. Jet sweep headed to the edge. Tackled, but he has a first down. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.